How's it going today, people? Welcome back to my channel. I am Jackson. And what I got for y'all today is, it's been a while since I did one of these, but I got another T-Jack reviews. Today, I am giving you my reviews and honest opinion on a couple movies. I did a double feature the other night. I went and seen Sonic the Hedgehog. And since I was already at the theater, I decided to catch another movie, Birds of Prey, which came out last week, I believe. Let's talk about Birds of Prey first, since how that was the first one to come out. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on the internets and on YouTube's with other people's reviews and everything. I'm the kind of person that's like, you go to the movie, of course you have all your expectations and everything that you might want to see and things that might be wrong with the movie. But like I said, there's a lot of people already giving their reviews. I was checking them out and everything, and I'm hearing all this stuff how the movie flopped, and people are passing out blame. That's become a common thing for a while now, and to be honest, it's kind of bugging me. When why just a movie just can't be good and just doesn't do good? Why it has to be placed blame on something? Whether it's blamed on critics or it's blamed on a certain demographic, it makes no sense. Why come a movie just can't be bad anymore? That it really doesn't make any sense. But I'm getting off topic. So, Birds of Prey, the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. This is not a Birds of Prey movie. This is strictly about Harley Quinn. The other characters are just there. They're just kind of thrown in. The movie really felt disjointed to me. They introduced all these different characters, and just kind of gave them their own little backstory on each different one. But I wouldn't mind that kind of approach to a movie. Showing how everything kind of culminated into how the story wise, how it culminates together and stuff, how it comes together and stuff. No, but this just felt disjointed. I mean, I don't know if they were trying to do that on purpose because it's Harley Quinn. If they did do it on purpose, to kind of go in with the spastic nature of Harley Quinn, this version of Harley Quinn, fine. But it just didn't really sit right with me. The story itself is fairly basic. You know, uh, just any typical kind of like, oh, this person has something, I need it, I want it, bad guy wants it, need to try to get it back. Harley Quinn is like protagonist, whatever. She goes try to get the thing. It's a little girl and whatnot. She wants to kind of protect the little girl, but working with Joker, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just like whatever. The movie wasn't really all that great to me, if you can't tell by my enthusiastic approach to this particular review. It just really wasn't all that great to me. All the action stuff in it was awesome. I give them credit on the action. The ladies in the movie kicked a lot of behind. Don't get me wrong on that. They were all representative of all the good, crazy, badass nature of the women of the DC universe and everything. Good representation on the action on that part. But when it comes to the character development of each of the females in this movie, lackluster. Just no. I'm sorry. None of. I mean, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. If I can give, she's fine in this as Harley Quinn. To be, in my personal opinion, I thought she was better in Suicide Squad as Harley Quinn, but in this movie, just no. No, she's serviceable at best. But yeah. Other than that, no. Um, the other females in the movie, they just didn't feel like they weren't their character. They really weren't. And all the backstories that they gave each of them just didn't fit at all. They just really didn't. Two in particular, two in particular, just really were just bad. Um, the Black Canary setup, just just no, no, just no. She wasn't the right fit for that role. Fit the she doesn't fit the character, from the comic books or even the animated series. She just no. I'm sorry. Nothing against the actress or anything. Just you just weren't the right pick for it. And also, the Cassandra Cain character. Nothing against the girl or anything either, but just no. The backstory that they gave her is terrible. I mean, Cassandra Cain is a complete and total badass in the comics. I mean, she becomes Batgirl at some point, and then once she leaves the main Bat family and she goes to Japan and whatnot, she becomes her own hero in her own right. So making her a foil to Harley Quinn in this is just wrong. It really is. I mean, and also uh, I can't remember right offhand, but I think I can't remember who her parents were, but I know she was trained as an assassin, and she had this awesome backstory where she didn't speak, she communicated and could read people just by nonverbal communication, especially like through like small facial gestures and slight movements and things of that nature, and she was a complete and total badass. I mean, she could probably take on any of the women in this story in the movie just by herself if they went with the comic version of her. And like I said, making her a foil to Harley Quinn in this movie, just as a sidekick type character, just a basic pickpocket is is wrong. It really is. I mean, it really does a disservice to that character. And also, to Harley Quinn, if they were really wanting to do a Harley Quinn movie, y'all had the perfect material already in Mad Love. Why didn't y'all just adapt Mad Love? I mean, y'all could still do the whole breakup thing, but we could actually go back and do her actual origin story, and at the beginning of the movie, and as like right at the beginning of the movie, I know we already had her a slight bit of her backstory in Suicide Squad, but that's not really doing the character service. You know, do Mad Love, do her origin story right at the beginning, and like take us through her emotional damage and abuse and everything that she went through with the Joker. The constant disrespect, the constant like the beatings that he would give her. Her leaving and coming back, and that makes her a more sympathetic character. And then you pull in all the other uh birds members of the Birds of Prey. You know, I mean, when that episode when he tossed Harley Quinn out that window, that was one of the darker episodes of the animated series. Y'all could explore so much with that story. It's insane, and not to mention, y'all could have introduced. That's a great way to introduce, her main friend, her main protege in Poison Ivy. And that's a good way to introduce Batgirl in there because Batgirl was actually a member of the Birds of Prey as well. I mean, it's a simple story. Cause we can have Batman investigating the Joker and everything. We can see that abuse going on. And once that point come in where he tosses her out the window, you have Batgirl right there to, you know, seeing all that, taking her in and everything, taking her into Arkham. We see her recovery and whatnot. We see that development that relationship development between Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn and everything. We see, Poison Ivy building up her confidence, telling her that she doesn't need the Joker, and then we finally see that she breaks away from Joker. Then we go on a whole separate adventure, introducing everybody else in the Birds of Prey. That's the movie y'all should have made. That's the movie y'all. Ugh. But anyway, this movie is serviceable as just a basic, beat 'em up style movie. Don't go for just because it's Harley Quinn or anything. If you go for anything, just go for the action set pieces and everything, and that works. That works. I mean, the only other character that they did sort of kind of right was the Huntress character. They had her backstory set up pretty much right, but again, she was just like, eh, playing the role. Playing the role, she was just there. She just kind of showed up. Once they explained her backstory made more sense than anybody else's. But the role she was playing just wasn't the right fit for the actress playing her. And they should have just stuck with that story if they were doing the Birds of Prey. You know, she's the main member of the Birds. But anyway, if you can't tell, I really didn't like this movie all too much with the story that they set up. Like I said, the action is awesome in it, but that's not really a good focal point of a movie. If you don't have an emotional connection to the action, it's just visual noise. And that's what this movie really seemed like to me, is just visual noise. But anyway, with that review out of the way, I kind of ran it on for a minute about it. Let's get on to Sonic the Hedgehog. This Sonic the Hedgehog was actually pretty good. It really was pretty good. I mean, they threw in a lot of references with Sonic. You know, the fact that he like chili dogs, his speed. You know, they threw in. I'm gonna try to stay away from spoilers and everything, but they had a lot of good references in there. It was really fun. I mean, it does fall into the same category as, you know, uh, like Woody Woodpecker, Garfield, you know, Yogi Bear, in those kind of movies. It does fall into those categories, but it does it in a way that's not like that is actually paying homage to the source material that it's adapted from. You know, the character Sonic, as we all know, that whole thing with the trailer and whatnot. Then they changed the look of Sonic. That was the best move they could have possibly done. Um, he looked great. You know, even in scenes with like the human characters and everything, the interactions, the speaking and everything, it all felt legitimate. It was cool. It was very very cool to see that. Um, I am gonna throw this out there. The beginning of this movie is incredible. It really was. You know, I really felt for Sonic at the very beginning of this movie. You know, when they first introduced Sonic in his world and everything, and the reason why he's on Earth and everything. I was really digging that 4 or 5 minutes in there was really really good, and it really sets up the fact that you really feel for Sonic. I'm not gonna spoil anything. You just gotta have to see it. Uh, but again, it's kind of a basic storyline of like all the other movies and everything. You know, Sonic, he's there. There's some humans involved, and of course they introduce Dr. Robotnik, who was played by, of course, the awesome man himself, Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey is awesome in this movie. He really is. I mean, there are some points where it seems like he's like phoning it in, but throughout the rest of the movie, he's great. You know, we see a lot of that classic. Uh, we see a lot of classic Jim Carrey in this. You know, with his facial expressions, his body movements, and everything, his inflections and stuff. But there are some parts where where he gets serious and whatnot, and you can like really feel the tension. And that is really awesome the way he portrayed Dr. Robotnik in this. But yeah, you gotta go see Sonic. I mean, I'm also gonna put this out there just cause. But if you were one of the people like myself that was upset about the way they made Sonic originally, you know, was like complaining about it, and then they went back and changed it, you have to go see this movie. I mean, it's almost like you're obligated to go see it because of all the uproar that we cause and whatnot. You have to kind of go see it, but it is what it is. I mean, it's a cool little movie. You know, it's a good time at the movie theater and everything. So I would most definitely recommend going to check out Sonic. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me on this one, y'all. Make sure to like button, subscribe, share all that good stuff. Leave a comment. Be nice about it, or don't. I really don't care. And yeah, those are my reviews for Birds of Prey, or Harley Quinn, and Sonic the Hedgehog. So check them out or don't. Doesn't matter to me. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. I am out.